Welcome back to the deep dive. If you work in, knowledge creation, teaching, advising, admin, anything like that, you've probably noticed AI isn't just another
Yeah,
tool.
absolutely.
It feels like it's fundamentally shaking things up. What it even means to be a professional in higher ed.
Yeah.
We're looking today at this massive shift, how it's redefining roles for basically everyone, faculty, staff, leadership. It's not just new software.
Griff,
It feels like whole new skill sets are needed.
it really is a critical moment for this deep dive. I mean, the material we've looked at, it shows the conversation has really moved on.
Moved on to how?
Well, it's past, will AI replace me? Thank goodness.
Right.
And it's shifted much more towards, okay, how do I need to change? How does my role transform so I'm still valuable, still accountable? So our mission today really is to unpack these sources we've got, figure out exactly what skills are becoming essential, and maybe more importantly, how do professionals keep that sense of purpose? How do you show your unique value when you're working alongside AI?
Okay, let's unpack that then. We've got quite a good roadmap here from the sources. It really seems to clarify this new relationship, humans and AI systems. And it starts with something pretty fundamental. AI is much more likely to transform how we work, not just replace us wholesale.
Exactly. That's the key premise.
So to collaborate effectively, we kind of have to stop seeing AI as just a less good version of us.
Right. It's about understanding those complementary strengths. Where do we excel and where does the AI excel? They're different.
Okay.
And what's fascinating, really, is how clear those distinctions are in the material. On the human side, our value is really concentrated in areas AI it can't touch.
Like what?
Things like the non-routine, the values-based stuff, the really interpersonal things. So deep contextual understanding.
You mean like knowing the history of the department or a specific student's backstory?
Precisely. That kind of context, plus professional judgment, creativity, ethical reasoning, and being adaptable, When something completely unexpected happens, something no algorithm was trained for, understanding the culture, student needs.
Yeah.
That's us.
So it's the nuance. That belongs to us. Like, if a student's got a complex crisis, academics, health, financial aid, all tangled up,
Yeah.
AI might flag the academic warning, sure, but only the human advisor has that judgment to weigh everything else, the non-data stuff, and figure out a holistic plan.
Exactly. That's the human element. And in return, what does AI bring? Well, it brings consistency and just relentless scale.
Scale, yeah.
AI systems are brilliant at processing information volumes that would just, completely bury a human team.
Right.
Identifying complex patterns in huge data sets. Imagine spotting subtle links in student success rates across 5 different faculties instantly.
Okay, yeah.
It applies rules consistently. It's available 24/7 for the routine stuff that clogs up emails.
Handling the repetitive tasks without getting tired.
Right. It's a powerful engine, definitely.
Yeah.
But only if the human knows how to steer it.
I wonder, though, if the AI is so good at patterns and consistency, doesn't that kind of highlight human weaknesses? Like fatigue, or maybe even our unconscious biases?
That's a really critical point, and the source material definitely addresses it.
Yeah.
Yes, AI offers a kind of objectivity through consistency, but it's only objective based on its training data, and that data can have historical biases baked right in.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, basically.
Sort of, and the key thing is neither side is infallible. Humans make mistakes.
Yeah.
AI systems can hallucinate or get things wrong.
Okay.
That's why the material really stresses that effective collaboration has to build in safeguards, verification processes. We need checks and balances.
So quality control for both sides of the partnership.
Exactly. The whole system, the human-AI partnership, is only as reliable as the effort we put into making sure both parts are working correctly.
Absolutely. And that quality control, it seems like it's directly tied to the kind of interaction you set up. The sources say collaboration isn't just one monolithic thing. It takes specific shapes, especially in education. It defines the actual workflow.
Yeah. These 4 models they outline, they're essentially blueprints for how this work gets done going forward.
Okay, let's break them down. First one seems the most familiar. AI as assistant.
Right.
This is where the AI handles the routine stuff, the kind of heavy lifting, freeing up the human for the more refined work.
Yeah, like for a faculty member, maybe the AI generates a first draft of a course syllabus. Pretty detailed learning objectives, readings, the lot.
Okay.
But the professor's real value isn't just fixing typos. It's recontextualizing that draft.
So tailoring it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Refining it based on their specific teaching philosophy, the students they actually have this semester, the current institutional priorities. making sure that AI output genuinely serves the learning goals. The human is the architect, the final editor.
Got it. Okay, second model, AI as analyst. This sounds very relevant for advising maybe admin roles.
Definitely. Here, the AI crunches the complex data, but the human interprets what it means and applies their professional judgment.
So an example may be AI analyzes a student's record, flags them as at risk based on, I don't know, 20 different factors over years.
Yep. But the advisor doesn't just blindly follow the flag.
Right.
They look at the specifics. Maybe this student took a really heavy course load one semester to save money. Maybe they switched majors, and that explains a dip.
The why behind the data point.
Exactly. The advisor uses their training, their empathy, to figure out the best human intervention. AI gives the insight, the advisor provides the judgment, and crucially, the relationship.
Okay, model 3, AI as amplifier. This is where AI enhances what humans can do, but doesn't take over the decision-making.
That's the idea. It boosts human capability. The feedback example is a great one.
Yeah, I like that one. Faculty using AI tools to give maybe more detailed, more varied feedback on assignments than they could possibly manage alone.
Right. Imagine grading against 10 criteria instead of just 3, because the AI helps manage that detail. It amplifies their capacity for engagement.
But, and this seems key, the faculty member still owns the final evaluation, the grade, the conversation about progress.
Absolutely. The human remains the ultimately accountable party. The buck stops there.
Okay. And the last one, the most advanced, AI as collaborator. This is where humans and AI are really working together iteratively on complex stuff.
Yeah, think cutting-edge research. A team might use AI to synthesize just massive amounts of global literature, maybe spotting gaps a human researcher might miss.
Okay.
While the human designs the experiment, develops the core theoretical framework, interprets the really novel findings, they're like intellectual partners.
Wow. So these 4 models give us a structure.
They do, but importantly, just picking a model isn't the whole story. The sources really emphasize that organizations need structured ways to manage this collaboration. Things like mandatory quality control. You have to verify AI outputs because hallucinations, generating plausible nonsense, it's a real issue.
Right. Can't just trust it blindly.
Definitely not. You also need feedback loops to keep improving how the AI performs, tuning it, and clear escalation procedures.
What happens when the tech fails or gives a really weird result? Who steps in?
Exactly. Protocols for when human intervention is absolutely required immediately.
Okay, this is super helpful. It really brings us to the core practical takeaway, doesn't it? If the work itself is being reshaped by these models.
Then the skills you need to succeed have to change too. Radically.
Right.
And honestly, if you're working in education right now, this is where you should be focusing your professional development efforts. The sources group these emerging competencies into a few key areas.
Let's hear them.
Okay, first up is AI literacy and technical understanding.
Now, this isn't about everyone needing to learn Python, right? Please tell me it's not.
No, thankfully not. It's about functional AI knowledge. Understanding what these systems can actually do, what their strengths are, but just as importantly, what their limitations are.
Knowing when not to use the AI or when it's likely to mess up.
Precisely. And this ties into data literacy. You need to understand data quality, how your institution's data works, the privacy implications, proprietary information. It's all connected.
Okay. And then, this is the bit that sounds really new, prompt engineering.
Yes. This is becoming huge. It's not optional anymore, I don't think.
Explain that. What is it really?
It's the strategic skill, maybe even art, of crafting the inputs, the prompts you give the AI to get the specific desired response you need.
So asking better questions.
The much better, much more specific questions. A vague generic prompt like, write me a rubric.
Gets you a vague generic rubric you still have to rewrite.
Exactly. But a strategically engineered prompt, one that maybe references specific learning theories or Bloom's taxonomy or your course outcomes, that can give you a high-quality starting point, maybe 80% ready to go.
Yeah. Okay, I see the value there. That saves serious time.
It does. And that skill flows right into the next one. Output evaluation. We're all becoming professional assessors of AI-generated stuff.
Meaning we have to check its homework.
Constantly. You have to be able to look at what the AI produces and assess it for factual accuracy. Is this actually correct? You need to check for subtle bias. Is it fair? Is it appropriate for our standards, our compliance rules?
Wow, okay. So it's technical literacy, prompt skills, evaluation skills. What else?
Beyond the tech specifics, there's a huge emphasis now on critical thinking and evaluation skills more broadly.
Right.
Well, verification and fact-checking becomes absolutely paramount because AI systems can and do generate plausible-sounding but completely wrong information, those infamous hallucinations.
So trust but verify. Vigorously.
Very vigorously. That skill set also includes bias recognition, not just in the training data but in the outputs. Is the AI subtly favoring one approach, one demographic, one educational philosophy? And systems thinking. This is massive in higher ed. It's understanding how changing one piece, say tweaking the AI used in admissions, how that ripples through the entire institution, affects the registrar, financial aid, accreditation reporting, even faculty workload down the line. It's all connected.
Seeing the whole ecosystem, that requires really adaptive communication too, surely.
Absolutely. You need multimodal communication skills. You need to be effective talking to the machine through prompts.
Right.
And just as effective talking about the machine to your colleagues, to students, to parents, to stakeholders.
Explaining how it works, why you're using it.
Yeah, transparency and explanation are now critical for building trust.
Yeah.
People are understandably cautious, even skeptical about AI. You have to be able to explain the process, the safeguards.
Okay, so we've got the components, the models, the skills. How does this actually look on the ground? Let's talk roles. Faculty first.
Right. For faculty, the sources suggest the role is shifting much more towards personalized mentoring, facilitating really high-level discussions, and providing that deep contextual knowledge we talked about.
Because AI can handle some of the basics.
Exactly. AI can take over more of the rote mechanics, generating practice questions, providing initial feedback on drafts, maybe summarizing research articles.
Which frees the faculty member up.
To focus on developing complex skills in students, like critical thinking, moral reasoning, creativity, designing innovative learning experiences, guiding challenging research. It's definitely less about pure content delivery.
And more high-touch engagement.
Precisely. More coaching, less lecturing at scale, perhaps.
Okay, what about staff roles? Especially thinking about student services, advising, admin.
Yeah, for staff, particularly in those student-facing roles, the pivot is heavily towards the personal touch, the uniquely human skills.
Empathy, cultural understanding.
Relationship building, yeah. Those become premium skills. Think about advising again. AI can do the quick analysis of requirements, check the boxes, but the human advisor focuses their energy on the deeper career counseling, navigating complex personal situations, understanding the individual behind the data.
And an admin, like, say, compliance or financial aid.
Similar shift. AI can process thousands of standard applications, flag the straightforward cases that meet all the rules.
Okay.
But the human staff member's value shifts towards exception handling, dealing with the complex, non-standard situations that need real professional judgment, weird edge cases, complex family situations, regulatory nuances that are too fluid for an algorithm.
So handling the messy reality that doesn't fit the neat boxes.
That's where the human value really shines, yeah. Quality assurance, oversight, handling the exceptions.
And what about leadership? What do administrators need to focus on?
For administrators, the key competencies are really around strategic planning, properly evaluating the institution-wide risks and opportunities of bringing in AI.
Big picture stuff.
Big picture, yes. And policy development. Leaders have to navigate that tricky balance between encouraging innovation and managing risk, especially around sensitive student data, ethics, compliance.
So setting the rules of the road.
Absolutely. And maybe most importantly, shaping the institutional culture around ethical and effective AI use. Their role is to ensure AI serves the core educational mission, the core values.
Because the sources say, if leaders don't shape the culture,
the tools will shape it for them.
Yeah.
And maybe not in ways they intend.
Right. Okay. This brings us to what feels like the underlying anxiety in all this transformation. As AI gets more capable, takes on more complex tasks, how do we as professionals maintain our sense of purpose, our value, when we're working next to these tireless, capable systems?
That's the professional identity question, isn't it? And the source material is really adamant on this point. Accountability must stay with the human.
Regardless of how much the AI helped.
Regardless. That means clear lines of responsibility. It means actively integrating professional judgment, ensuring AI enhances, but never fully replaces, human decision-making.
Oversight is key.
Oversight is absolutely key. It's almost a new core professional competency in itself. And a commitment to continuous learning because this tech isn't standing still.
So if we're redefining where our value lies, it's really doubling down on the uniquely human stuff.
Exactly. It's the relationship building, the empathy, the cultural sensitivity. It's the complex problem solving that requires creativity and ethical reasoning.
Things AI struggles with.
And it's innovation and leadership, driving change, setting direction. Those are the aspects of professional life AI can't replicate. That's where the meaning is, increasingly.
So preparing for this future,
Hmm.
it's not about learning one specific software package that might be obsolete next year.
No, it's much more fundamental. It's about embracing continuous change. Institutions need to be flexible infrastructure, flexible policies, and individuals. We need that crucial growth mindset.
Being willing to adapt, learn new things constantly.
Exactly. And the good news is, those foundational skills we talked about, critical thinking, ethical reasoning, communication, collaboration, those remain valuable no matter how AI evolves. They're transferable.
Okay, so let's try and synthesize this deep dive. The future of work in higher ed, it's not some vague concept. It looks like it's being defined by these really specific collaboration models: assistant, analyst, amplifier, collaborator.
Right.
And succeeding in that future demands a new suite of skills, focused skills like prompt engineering, output evaluation, advanced bias recognition.
Mm-hmm.
The human job seems to be shifting, becoming maybe more specialized, definitely more ethical, and much more relational.
I think that captures it well. And, this raises a really important final question for you, the listener, to maybe mull over as you process all this.
Okay.
The sources consistently emphasize how crucial leadership is in shaping the institutional culture around AI, particularly the ethical use.
Right, we covered that.
So, if the human job is truly shifting away from the routine, the repetitive, and shifting towards ethical reasoning, cultural integration, human connection, then how much time and resource should our current professional development be dedicating to teaching values versus just teaching tools?
Ah, that's a provocative thought. Where should the focus be? Values or tools? Or balancing both?
Something to think about.
Definitely something to mull over as you navigate this transformation in your own work. That's all the time we have for this deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in.
Catch you next time.